I'm Melissa. This is Martin, Haley, and Maddie, and we're cruising America's Great Loop on our boat Cavalier. We welcome you to hop aboard and share in this journey with us.
Hey, child, up and go. A big world is out there waiting for us. I do live in every day. Outside, you will find there is love all around you. It takes you, makes you wanna say.
Okay, well, welcome back to the Cavalier for another episode of Cruising Cavaliers. Cheers, baby.
Cheers.
So, where we left off, we were in Hammond, Indiana, and we were getting ready to make our way through the Illinois locks that had been closed in the flotillas. So, our day came, actually got delayed another 3 days because of weather. It got really bad out there, so they kind of pushed everything back a little bit again. So we finally, our day came to leave. And we went up the night before. The objective was everybody was going to stage on the Joliet Wall. But we went halfway there to Marine Services, and half the flotilla went there to Marine Services, and the other half stayed in Hammond. And Marine Services really wasn't much there, but we did have some nice docktails with some of the other boats that were there and talk through, getting ready to do the big locks thing. So it was kind of fun. And then the next morning we got up and we started heading to the Joliet Wall. We had to go through one more lock to get there. And the plan was for the overall flotilla was those of us in the Marine Services were going to get to Joliet Wall first, go through the lock and get there first, and then we'd help everybody else come up and tie up and get in, right? Well, it didn't quite work. We got to the Lockport lock and dam, and we were delayed like about 3 hours or something like that. It was a long delay. And but we were coming up with our plan, how we were going to get in there, and there was a few delivery captains showed up. So they wanted to go first, and that's okay. So they get out of our way when we were done, when we got out of there. But then it just kept getting delayed so long that more boats started showing up. And then at just about the time they were going to let us start pulling into the lock, more boats showed up, and the rest of our other half of our flotilla showed up. So it turned into a absolute chaos getting into this lock.
They kept rafting us up, and they just kept adding boats.
Yeah.
They were we were on the wall.
Yeah.
And there was like 5 or 6.
Yeah, there were 6 boats ended
boats.
up being rafted to us all the way across. They couldn't get another boat in there. So.
And we never. One time we rafted a while back. This little tiny boat, and we didn't know what to do. And so now it's just like raft.
Yeah, raft.
They're just sticking them there. There's nothing we can do about it.
Yeah, they were telling us, the lock master took over and was telling everybody where to go. And we ended up with 24 boats in that lock. It was crazy. And so we finally got through it. And then that delayed us getting into the Joliet Wall. We got in there getting close to dark.
Yeah. And
it was really good, though. Everybody worked together. The first few boats that got in there got quickly, lassoed some ties and got tied up real quick, and then jumped off and started helping everybody else. And there was a policeman there that was helping everybody tie up.
Yeah.
And so it was just, literally, I think within about 15 minutes, we had 20 boats tied up to that wall. Because that's how many was in our flotilla at that point going forward. So it was a great effort. It really was.
And it's a beautiful night. And it's a beautiful world. And it's a beautiful time. To me, a perfect way
got up, and we were gonna supposed to head down to Heritage Harbor, go through the 3 locks that had been closed, and make our way to Heritage Harbor. Well, we got through the first 2 locks, not too bad. The last lock, the Marseilles lock, was way backed up. We were going to be delayed about 3 hours getting in there, and we were having some problems with the boat. Our bow thruster had gone out, and we also had a head that wasn't functioning. So I decided, with the consent of the crew, that we would turn around and go to Springbrook Marina. I called them, and they said, yeah, they could help us out. And so it was pretty close to that last lock, so we turned around and headed back there and pulled in. We got pulled into that one pretty good, actually. We were tied up before 5 o'clock and you know, having our own little docktails. Unfortunately for the rest of the flotilla, they really had a hard time.
Oh yeah.
They got delayed at that lock another 3 hours. They finally got through the lock at 8:30 in the dark, and as soon as they started getting out of the lock, it just started dumping rain on them, just sheets of rain. And they had about another 2 miles to go to get to Heritage Harbor and get tied up. But they did, and Heritage Harbor was great. They got everybody tied up there, and it was so good for them. So, you know, we were kind of glad we dodged that one, but you know, we felt sorry for the rest of the crew. So.
Yeah.
So then after that, we didn't really do much in Springbrook. They had a nice little restaurant there. We went over and had lunch, I think, and we got the repairs done. I actually fixed the bow thruster, and they came on and fixed the head. So the next day we got up and we headed back through that last lock and headed down to Heritage Harbor. And Heritage Harbor was nice. They got a restaurant on site there, pretty nice, and it's, you know, it's a big marina. It's really well kept and really well done. So we just stayed the one night there was all. Because pretty much we're trying to make our way. We have to make our way all the way down to Grafton by St. Louis to get out of the way of the other boats that are behind us. So we were there one night.
All right, thanks.
Oh, I should get our people going. Hey, there's Captain Kim.
Captain Kim. How's it going?
It's going pretty good.
All right.
This part I can handle. I like this.
You're doing great.
So where are we?
We are just a couple miles downriver from Springbrook Marina, heading toward the Marseilles Lock.
Yep.
We have a 2-hour wait, so we will be tying up to one of the cells and waiting. Flotilla 13 is on its way down, and we're guessing that's who we're meeting up with. So, yep.
That's it.
That's it.
That's what we're doing.
Thing to me. It makes me smile, 'cause I know you're always there for me. Come rain or shine, yes I know that we were meant to Baby, you are everything to me.
We got up the next morning. We went on to Henry Harbor, and Henry Harbor was pretty cool. You know, it's actually it's an old lock. You tie up to this old lock wall. It was pretty rough, but they come in and they get you tied up well. And it's the oldest lock. It's the original lock on the Illinois River, the oldest one, and it's a historic site. So they can't really do anything to that wall. They let them tie boats up to it, but they really can't improve it. So, but it's really cool. The people there are really nice.
Yeah.
You know,
And they set up a campfire.
Yeah.
And had brought out stuff to have s'mores.
Yeah.
So we all sat around the campfire and had s'mores. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, we had docktails with s'mores. It was pretty cool. So it was really neat. It really was. And we had about 10 or 15 boats tied up there.
Yeah.
It was quite a few boats. So that was fun. see, we left Henry Harbor, and we went to the Peoria Boat Club. So we went down to Peoria, and actually we stopped at the Ivy Yacht Club and got fuel. But then we went on down to the Peoria Boat Club, and really a neat little place. It's not a yacht club. It's a boat club, and it's just all the people there that have their boats there. They run the place, so they do everything. It's all volunteer. And so they just last year or so, they started having transients come through, and especially trying to get loopers to go through, because that gives them extra money so they can do projects on their thing, whatever. But they're just the nicest people. They were taking people to back and forth to restaurants and letting us use all their facilities. The laundry was all free and everything. It was just they were just really nice, you know. It was really enjoyable. So we'll highly recommend anybody doing it. Stop at the Peoria Boat Club. So again, it was just one night there. And the next day we got up and we were headed down to Beardstown, and we were going to tie up to these barges on the Logsdon tow service. And that's what we did. We had to go through, I think, another lock to get there. And then we got down there, and it's kind of a funky place. You know, you're literally tying up to these barges that are tied up to the wall, and you get off, and there's just equipment all over the place, and you know, pretty much we just walked the dogs on the barges. You know, and it was pretty funny. Some people actually hiked up and went into the little town that was there. And there was a little Mexican restaurant, but it's a pretty rough little town. So we didn't really do anything there. We just kind of hung out.